Hello friends, Coach Bob here. And today we're going to talk about pain.
What are you doing? Are you mocking me?
Would I ever mock you? Would I ever mock you? Would I ever mock you? Would I ever mock you?
She's killing me. But she's right. Today we are going to talk about pain and the reality of pain in our lives and how people
are whiny, sissy lightweights. And I don't have patience for those kind of people. Just kidding. Maybe.
Which is why we're having this conversation, so that we don't allow ourselves to become a burden on others.
A doctor once told me that I could either lie down and be miserable and make everyone else miserable, or I can get up and do something about it. And I chose to get up and do something about it.
He realized how fragile we are as humans and that we're born weak, some stronger than others. But the reality is that we all have to learn from pain, whether we're weak or we're strong. We can also learn from other people's pain. And does learning to live with pain even matter?
Yes, it does matter.
Because at the end of the day, we all have pain in our path. We have to learn to deal with it, like it or not. And we're going to talk about that right after this. So pain, physical or emotional suffering and discomfort caused by illness or injury, suffering, agony, affliction, torture, torment, discomfort, soreness. So knowing that we all have those things in our life, what are 5 things we can do to better deal with it? 1. Yes, you have to live your life, even when it hurts. Because,
you know, when you die, people will go to our funeral and shed a tear or two, and they'll go laugh while playing a round of golf. So live while you can, even if it does hurt.
One of the sayings that I grew up hearing was, life's too short not to be happy. Well, I added a little bit to that. Life's too long to be miserable. We have to live our lives when we're hurt. If not, we're destined for a bitter existence. And that's no way to live. We've all experienced pain and suffering to one degree or another, but most of the pain that we endure is very, very small. And the ones that experience real pain and they overcome it, those are the people that inspire us because they're the light on the hill. They're the very thing that we should strive to become. They're the thing that we must become. Live your life when it hurts, especially when it hurts. 2. You know, there are before and after moments in our life. Real events, real problems, things that really hurt us physically and emotionally. And we have to learn to accept those things.
You can't change them. They can change you. That's why they're called life-changing moments. Duh.
She's right, you know. A drunk driver changed her life forever. That drunk driver did very little time in jail and got away with it. Not only was Vicky paralyzed that night, but people died on that road. She had no alternative but to accept those life-changing events and how it would impact her for the rest of her life. The only other alternative would be to give up, and that's no alternative at all, except life-changing moments. 3. Live for this moment. You know, we look at our lives in big chunks. Years, decades, weeks. We celebrate our birthdays every year, which is a wonderful thing to do, but our life is made up of much smaller blocks than that. They're made up of small moments. This is a real commodity that your life is made up of. How are you going to live each moment? I understand that there are times in our lives where physical pain and emotional pain can rob us of some of those small moments. But eventually, we have to close that door and start living every moment to live your life again. If you're having a hard time closing that door and living in the now, then a good place to start is
love on others who are in pain. When you change other lives, your life will be changed as well. It works. I know.
enjoy the moment. You got to throw the garbage out. You just have to. You know, there's a part of pain that is just garbage. It's just junk. It's just suffering for the sake of suffering. And we have to throw that away, because if not, we'll put it right down in here and we'll just be bitter and angry. And then there's the part that makes us grow, and that we need to use. And then there is a third unavoidable part of pain. That is the pain that no matter what you do, you have to live with.
Now, being paralyzed is not about being numb. There is pain. It's internal pain, like the pins and needles you get when your foot falls asleep, a really bad sunburn being scratched with a Brillo pad. And that pain happens all day long, every day. It feels like you're on fire, constantly burning. And now the more I talk about it, the more it hurts.
Living with real pain is a real pain. So throw away the junk, grow from what you can, and endure to the end. 5. Get up and move. Don't wallow in the mire. Don't throw your life away.
Running was my passion. And then I got paralyzed. Wheelchair racing became my passion. And hand cycling and swimming and going to the gym. I even take walks around the neighborhood, rolls with my dog, or I go to the park. I don't enjoy just sitting around. I like to get out and be active. Just always keep moving and stay busy. You'll always have an excuse not to, but do it anyway. If you can't work out your legs at the gym, work out your arms. If you can't run anymore, then use a wheelchair. Find something you like to do and just keep moving. Adapt and overcome.
So there you have it. 5 ways to deal with it. Because pain is here. Pain is in the now, it is in the future, and there is no avoiding it. I watch Coach Vic live with pain every day. She could choose to give up, but she doesn't. She's a fighter. I see the gritting of her teeth when she is in real physical pain, and she endures it and smiles through her day and loves and honors her husband, raises her children, and praises her God. She inspires me. I hope she inspires you. She is changing her world daily. I pray that right now that you will do one thing. Go change the world.
I went, my life is miserable, but it's not that bad. Well, where's the That's for Mom. The doctor told me, so what now? So when I got hurt? Okay. Yes, it does matter.